So we have Transformers, the new comic book series. As of this recording, yesterday was issue 2 of the new reboot. Now, IDW has this amazing deal for people that want to, like, pretty much, I don't want to say catch up because it's a reboot now that we have, but if you want to really know what has been in the past of IDW stuff, of their big ongoing story, man, do I got a deal for you. IDW, through Humble Bundle, is doing this incredible deal where you get, like, practically everything of that G1 ongoing continuity, all for $15. Now, I was talking with Jaws D offline about this because he bought it for himself, and I was telling him how, like, when you really add this up, because I bought all these books individual singles issues, you know what I mean? It comes to like $900. Like, it's, and like when you read, like, I just want to emphasize with people, like, when you read, it says here, like, More to Meets the Eye, volumes 1 to 3. I'm not talking issues 1 to 3. I'm talking trade paperbacks 1 to 3. And each trade had about, if I remember correctly, about 6 issues. So you got, like, all of More to Meets the Eye, all of Robots in Disguise, all of the Transformers ongoing, all of All Hail Megatron. You have a sneak preview of the first issue of the reboot, which is also thrown in. You have the Autocracy trilogy, which was actually done by the one of the head writers of the original '86 movie in Flint Dille. So he did that. That's kind of like, it's a prequel story to all of this. But also being a prequel story, Megatron Origins, which was pretty much one of the Transformers series that Alex Milne got his feet wet on and really broke into the IDW continuity and stuff. You have all of Maximum Dinobot, Dark Cybertron, which was a bridge series, Transformers Ironhide, a sleeper hit, in my opinion, done by Casey Collar, really good miniseries. I went into that going, Ironhide miniseries, how good could it be? Wow, really, really amazing art by Casey Collar, and a really good book just overall from Ironhide's perspective in the war, being kind of Optimus Prime's bodyguard in a lot of ways. So it's a lot of pre-Cybertron history stuff. Amazing book. Then you have Infiltration, Escalation, Devastation, and Stormbringer. That bottom row of those are all like the first IDW books when they first started this continuity. So you pretty much get everything you more or less need, short of the Unicron mini and the Optimus Prime mini, which are like, they're pretty much still on the shelves right now. But you get and again, I added this up. This, you know, when you're talking $3.99 a book, some of these books are $4.99 a book. You're talking $900 in comic books for $15. $15. So I don't know what to say. Wendell, take it from here, because I mean, there's obviously the charity related stuff to that too. So.
Oh yeah. So it's pretty cool because you can because it's Humble Bundle, you would I guess you do have to make an account.
Oh, well, I sorry to cut in. I forgot to mention also. So everything that I just mentioned, that's if you only pay $1. So I totally got this mixed up in a way.
Oh no, if you go lower down in the tier list.
So all of that I just mentioned, that's if you pay $1. You get $900 worth of comics for $1. If you pay $8, you also get the Optimus Prime. You also get the Lost Light. You also get Revolution. You get Revolution.
Well, Transformers Optimus Prime Volume 1 to 4.
So the minis of that.
Lost Light Volume 1 to 3.
Yeah. You get Revolution. You get Revolution Transformers. G.I. Joe versus Transformers First Strike. You get G.I. Joe versus Transformers First Strike Champions. You get More to Meets the Eye Volumes 4 to 6. You get Robots in Disguise 4 to 6. You get Origins and Empires. You get Combiner Wars. You get Titans Returns. You get Redemption of the Dinobots. That's if you pay $8. You also get all of that stuff on top of what I mentioned before. Now, if you pay $15, you get Optimus Prime numbers 22 to 25. You get the Optimus Prime Annual. You get the last issues of The Lost Light, numbers 19 to 25. You get the Unicron one that I just mentioned before. You get the Transformers Historia, which is kind of like a recap of everything. You get the Transformers versus Visionaries book. You get the Last Stands of the Wreckers book. You get the Requiem of the Wreckers book, both of those the Nick Roche creations, along with the Sins of the Wreckers. You get More Meets the Eye, Volume 7. Pretty much you get everything IDW has ever done related to Transformers. The Windblade books, the Till All Are One books. Like almost no stone is unturned. If you pay $15, you're going to get all the money that I spent. All the insane amount of money I spent picking up single issues here. All for a low price of $15. Now, Wendell, take it away.
So this is in, I guess so basically with the Humble Bundle, you can choose which charity you want to like help promote or help fund. So usually you can choose it, but usually there's like a default one, and the default one is Hasbro's Children's Fund. And I'm just checking here what they do, and they basically do support programs, stability within children's in crisis, pediatric, physical, and mental health services, hunger, security, educational programs, quality out of school time programming, and programs that empower youth through service. And so you can actually learn more about it at hasbro.org. So basically, it's a good cause. I actually donated $25, so a little bit extra is going in there as well because it's a good cause, and also you get everything.
Yeah, so
literally everything.
So how it works essentially is you choose what you want to give. And what you give essentially determines what level of stuff you get. So obviously, like I mentioned before, the $1 tier gives you a huge chunk. If you give $8, you get a huge chunk. If you get $15, you get everything. But you can actually donate even more than that if you want to. So in my opinion, much like what Jaws D did, considering how much you're getting, considering how much comics you're getting, and how much, like, I mean, it's insane. Like this literally tops off over $1,000 in comic books. You're getting, like, there's no stone unturned from the Transformers IDW verse here. I suggest, sure, give the 15, get everything. Give a little more. It's for the kids. It's for a good cause.
Yeah. And then also, if you scroll down underneath your order summary, there's a section that says choose where you want your money to go. Choose where your money goes. So you can actually play with the sliders there and decide, okay, I want to give
how much goes
this
where.
much. Yeah, or you can even put in the amount that you want each one to go to and stuff like that. So the three options you have is you can make it go to more so to IDW, to Hasbro's Children's Fund, or Humble Bundle. They're a little tip that they get. And you can put like everything into one, or you can like divvy it up or even it out or what have you.
So it's something that I know a lot of people have always asked us to talk about the comic on the podcast, and I've always kind of had a firm stance on. I want a lot of people that I talk to that are people who listen to the podcast have not read the books yet. So I kind of don't want to dive into it too much until they read it. Now is a good time to catch up. At this point, you pretty much have no excuse. And financially, you have no excuse because, I mean, I can understand if people went, oh, man, I have to buy all these trades. And, the average trade is sometimes $14 to $19 each. And I don't know where to start. This gives you everything. And the one good thing is the Revolution book specifically, I know that inside the front cover, if it's like the single issue, it has a reading guide in it. And I think the Historia one will have it too. But I know that a few of these books have a reading guide in them. At least the single issues did. So I'm going to assume that the trades have them too.
You know what? I could actually double check.
Yeah.
I could download one and see what
I'm pretty sure I know 100% the Historia one for sure has. But
all right, so look for the Historia one then.
The problem with the Historia one is that it also kind of is a spoiler. So but I know that like I'm online. There's tons of reading guides. I know that like if you're really curious where to start, a lot of these books probably have that in there because it's a lot of different books and none of them like blatantly say start here. Like I mean, obviously me, it's like okay, you pretty much start with Megatron Origins and maybe Autocracy and jump into Stormbringer, and then after that you go Escalation, Devastation. Like I know it in my mind because I've read these books, But
okay.
but I mean, they don't blatantly put it out there. And not to mention you have all the spotlights, like those are all over the place. So those are put into specific trades. It's kind of crazy. As it stands right now, as of this recording, there's 12 days left. Probably by the time you're going to hear this, there'll probably only be 7 days left to get this. There's a time frame when you could get this deal. So as you're hearing this, there'll be only 7 days left. Check the description of the video in the segment below. I'll put the link so that you could find it if you want and pick this up. That way you'll be able to get everything, and then you could jump right in to all of these. And again, my personal suggestions, really love that Ironhide book. It was like, I mean, obviously read it in order, but if there's something that you like, you want to like read some of the really creme de la creme. I don't know why. Never was a fan of Ironhide, but that was a really good book. Just, it was really well written. The art was really good. And I like ancient Cybertronian kind of like, pre-Cybertron stories. I like the culture. I like that's the same reason why I liked Spotlight Drift. That was another really good book that, just talks about Cybertronian culture and stuff. And these are some amazing books. A lot of the stuff that, I mean, even if you weren't reading them at the time, you were hearing about them from other fans and how great they were and how much they were influencing a lot of third-party product that was getting revealed and stuff. This is where the DJD comes from. This is where like the popularity for Swerve comes from and a lot of other characters. So definitely pick this up. I know Jaws D already had me. I haven't picked it up because I have all the singles and stuff, but I will totally pimp and promote this like crazy because this is an amazing deal. And again, check the description below. We'll have the link to it, and snag it, get it, enjoy it, and talk about it like crazy on Twitter afterwards. And be sure to like tag in some of the creators who had a big influence on a lot of this stuff too.